select broadcast and start streaming. Right, let's see. What do I need to do next? Apart from say hello? Hello! Right, let's try. So my iPad, I completely forgot to charge. So I'm kind of hoping I've got enough charge in this today to at least see the start of, just to make sure that we can see me and hear me. If you have arrived and you're watching, then do say hello in the chat, just to let me know that you're that you're here. There we go. There's my little notification. So right, I can definitely see me. Can I hear me? Yes, I can hear me too. Great. There we go. I mean, what am I going to talk about for the next 15 minutes? John Edge, howdy everybody. Right, can I actually reply on this? Hi. Yeah, I think I can. I've got the software I use to pump this online, whatever the real phrase is for that. I can chat on that instead of the iPad. So now that we know, because my iPad's, the power cable for it is actually running underneath the rowing machine. Oh, tech told me. It's not snowing here yet, but good grief, it's cold. I don't think I'll be getting out of my fleece today, so I'd hate to think how cold it is for you wherever you are in Germany. Oh, you're not Frankfurt, are you? Who was it that said they were from Frankfurt last week when I was talking about it? Lynn Russo? Russo? I'm going to go for Russo. Sorry if it's not Russo. Hello from San Francisco. Hello. It's a name I don't recognize, so I don't know West Germany near Dortmund. Oh. Yeah, I don't recognize your name, Lynn, so I'm going to say that this is either the first time that you've said hello, maybe whatever, or maybe it's the first time you've even watched this, in which case, hello and welcome to RowAlong. Hello and welcome to all of you. Isn't it good when I've got like 12 minutes to go before the row that I can actually talk about stuff rather than panicking? That said, I haven't actually, as you can see, I haven't actually connected to Extra yet, so who knows what's going to happen when I try and do that, because as you can see, I am on the RP3 machine today. We're saying called Sauerland, Winterberg, famous winter village. Oh, very nice. Yeah, so, oh, John Edge, howdy everybody. Looking forward to a good row today. And Stephen Gurley says hi all as well. Talk to me, Goose. Right, I need to get the RP3 set up, to be honest, so let's try and do that next. I will... I think the other reason I'm so jittery and talking so much is one way to stay warm is just to talk and talk and talk. So I'm going to put on my MyZone heart rate wrist jobby today because the Garmin is just so useless to use when it comes to rowing. I do like the Epix Pro for everything other than rowing. I go connect heart rate monitor, and then I've just turned it on. How are you gonna see it? Yay! How are you gonna connect to it? So, how rude of me! Happy New Year, everybody! This is our first row together of 2025. Isn't that true? I don't think I've written 2025 yet. You know that way, it's always strange the first time you write something down for the year. Right, now this is where it all does get a bit tricky. So, how am I going to do this without whacking it off my shins? Ooh, I've got to be a little bit careful that I don't smack into the machine into the Mac, because I know if I bump it, the Mac then disconnects. Right, what do I want? I want a quick session. Which is now running, and if I do connect rower, it should see RP3 Model T. Please see RP3. Yay! Oh, there we go. And then hopefully I've got 21%. Maybe I should be plugging that in instead. Oh no, I can't. I had connected my heart rate monitor. What are you on about? Oh, don't you hate it when that happens? Searching for Herms. Right, we've still got 10 minutes. That's okay. We're all good. Row indoor. Let's turn that one on anyway. Come on, connect. It's here. It's here. It's like when you've got a computer that says cannot find printer, and you're like waving your computer at the printer, saying it's there. Oh, there we go. RP3 connected. Finish setup. Sunset row with RowAlong. C'est moi. Oi. Oh, hang on. 8 minutes. Yeah. So upcoming, what have I not? Oh, I've done it again. The problem is that I go in to tag, like when I do the live stream link and I kind of announce it a couple of days before, I'll go on and do all the info, but the amount of times I'll go on and just completely forget to hit participate on it. So what we've got, 158 people. Now that's a record, 158. I think it really does make a difference, it must be said, when the 5 o'clock rows incorporate all you lovely people from the other side of the world, from America. I mean, why am I saying it like that? Or the Americas, like Canada, America. I don't know if anyone in South America's on today. Who knows? But obviously, like we had Lynn from San Francisco. She's here. I doubt she would do the 9 o'clock in the morning rows. But now that I got that connected, I'm gonna go back to the chat just to see if anyone's saying hello. Oh, you are. Yeah. So I doubt Lynn turns up for the 9 o'clock in the morning GMT rows, because that would be, what's that, 8 hours ago for you, which I guess would be, what's that, 5, 9, would that be like 1, 2 in the morning? I'm not too sure what I'm trying to think from Vegas times. Ooh, I like the sound of you. Integrative hypnotherapy. Hello from Virginia, USA. I like, that sounds, I mean, that's a great title. Pez, MP Pez, evening, how are you? 1 a.m. I was right with my guess, wasn't I, Lynn? Right, hang on, we've got 7 minutes to go. All right, I'm afraid you're just going to have to put up my chat for 7 minutes, because quite amazingly, seems as though, unless the RP3 decides it's going to turn itself off, the tech is working today, so I can actually talk to you all. Right, hang on. I'm going to make my little chat window bigger so that I can actually see what people are writing. So where have we got to? I'm going to talk rowing and stuff in a second, but I just want to say hello. Greetings from Cork, 2025, the year of no panic. Ed Farr, I really hope so. I hope 2025 is, what do they say, stay alive until 25? That's certainly what they were saying in the media industry last year. John Edge, wouldn't say it's cold here in Scotland, but my polar chest strap is rocking on my nips. It is chilly, isn't it? Will you try to do these group rows on a schedule of some sort? So, Lynn, I do these, 1 week they are, from GMT point of view, 9 o'clock in the morning. The week after, they are in 5 o'clock in the evening. Which basically means that the 2 weeks, you're not going to be getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning for these. So it's 1 out of every 2. Now, it must be said, I've got a little bit more time on my hands, so I can add in another group row at one point, whether it's during the week, maybe like a Wednesday evening or something, to kind of offset this thing so that more people from around the world can take part. It's just, it really comes down to kind of family and work for me. We've got to remember, nobody pays me to do this, right? So this is like basically what I do is my training session on a Sunday is this, okay? So, I need to kind of fit all this stuff around until I actually become like a professional, which, to be honest, no one would ever accuse me of being a professional. Well, we are still 5 minutes to go, that's fine. What's integrative hypnotherapy? Like, hypnosis is wonderful for sports performance. You know what? I agree with that. If you could get, my big problem right now, not that I'm asking for a consult, but my big problem right now is when so basically 2018 I had an injury where I cut my hand and it took me out of racing. So I was up at the top of the cream of what I was doing. I was winning golds all the time. I was setting world records. I was quite a good indoor rower for like between 2015 and 2018. I was a really kind of up there winning golds. Yeah, happy rower. Then I had my injury, and then ever since I've come back, that part of me that has been able to just lock in and push and really kind of like that kind of attack of the rowing stuff that I had before. Like in a 2K row, you get to a point where you're like, this is really awful. But when you're really like, you keep on going and you push through it and you're like, you munch through that pain. You're kind of like, that left me. So based on the time I had off, it's almost like I'm no longer to get out of that, the kind of, I basically say that there's we're running out of time? No, we're not. There's a line you have to cross in order to exercise, okay? So someone who's sitting on the couch right now, they have to kind of get themselves up and at it in order to start exercising, okay? And that's like one line to cross. Then you get to a point of exercising for kind of performance, where it's like, right, I'm not just out for a run, I want to learn how to, or I want to be good enough to run a 10K, okay? So it's like, I want to just really push things. So that's the next level you have. Then you go, right, now I want to start racing 10Ks. I want to do things where I can really kind of put in a little bit more effort here, really push myself. And at the end of it, you're kind of lying on the ground and you're heaving because you worked so hard. And that's another line. But the final line is when it's like, right, I know that in order to really compete and to be the best at what I do, I have to put myself so far out of a comfort zone that it's really going to suck. But I know that, well, basically I'm going to pass out before I die. But it's that final line, that one which is really about just embracing the discomfort for like a long period of time and not kind of giving in to the voices in your head. That is the line that I can no longer cross. That something happened to me. And so that's, in what, like 3 minutes that took me to say that story? That's where I've got to with my kind of the performance side of what I do. So the training and the coaching and all this kind of stuff, rocking it, loving it. And actually High Rocks, the thing I'm doing nowadays as part of this is because it's then like an hour and a bit worth of suffering, but it's at the same time, it's a very kind of, you have to pace yourself through. It's not like a 2K where you have to absolutely whack at it for 6-7 minutes and then it's all over. So that's where I am, okay? So, and I think some people have suggested that maybe hypnosis is one way to go forward on that, but right, sorry about that. That was a very, you're like, oh my God, it's the weekend. I don't want to be listening to stuff about my own work. Right, 2 minutes 20 to go. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk off screen for a second. Oops, trip off the machine because I completely forgot my water bottle. You know, you can see the magic disappearing here as I'm coming in. Oh, I'm going to talk to you about other stuff as we get started. But there's Tobias Staples here. Hello. Where are we? Hello from North Carolina, USA. So that's, I mean, we definitely have a much. Have you tried a 100 kilometer? I've done 100 kilometer as a team, but not on, the longest I've ever done is a full marathon, or a marathon as they're more commonly known. Oh, I forgot to put ginger cordial in my water bottle today. Isn't that a nice surprise? It's like when you get an old pair of jeans or an old jacket out of the cupboard, and you go into the pockets and you find like a £10 note or a $10 note sitting in it, and you're like, oh, this is a little surprise. That's what that little ginger cordial was like. Right, so we have 1 minute 10 to go-ish. Remember, there is a delay between what you are seeing on YouTube and what is happening on the Exa app. So if you're running Exa and then also YouTube to be able to listen to me, then just remember there's like a 5 or 6 second delay, so make sure and start when Exa says start, not when YouTube says start. I will do this, I will start this at a very low rate because I'm freezing cold. I don't know if you can hear, it's like a whir in the background. That's my fan going to try and get some kind of heat into here because it's so cold. So I'm going to start off at a nice gentle pace, warm up, and then possibly I'll do some of the sprints. I don't see Andrew Fielden or Jerome around, so I don't have them to get into a bun fight with. But I'll just see how I feel. And then I'll do like most of it like kind of zone 2 low intensity as well, just because it's a Sunday and the rest of my week is all about training hard as well. There you go, there's Goose front and center. Talk to me, Goose. So that's the plan for today. And I might even take the fleece off at one point, but I'm freezing cold. So here we go then. In 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, and let's hope that I'm connected. Yes, and I'm moving. There we go. Right. I love the RP3, this rowing machine that I'm rowing on right now. The only negative I have about it is it's really loud. So my apologies if you're like, what's he saying? I can't hear him. Now I've turned off the chat window so that I can see what's going on screen. So I'm afraid if you're gonna ask anything mid-row, I'm not gonna see it. I see Charlie Simpson there. Oh yeah, I did. Be Kind, Rewind. That's a good film, actually. That's what, a good 25 years ago. Oh. Right, I do feel like I'm having to shout over the sound of this machine, but on this Robert Austin. Any more shout outs for familiar faces? The first weeks are the hardest. A weekly streak of 5. Eh? Don't understand what that is. Have I been on Exer enough to hit a weekly streak? Maybe. Now, I can't remember what this course is in terms of where the sprints do come up, but I'll try and keep an eye out. I'll let you know whether I'm going to do them or not. So we're coming up for 2 minutes into this row, and so hopefully you are a little bit warmer than when you started, and your body has begun to ease into the rowing motion a bit. And now that you are warmer, you can start to think about your body angles and positions, because you need to be a bit more fluid here when you think about rocking forwards over your hips. So it's always best to give your body a couple of minutes to warm up, get that flexibility into your ankles and your hips. So we'll go through it nice and quick. I'll take you through what you should be thinking about technique-wise. And we're going to think about it from the back of the stroke. So from the point when the handle comes into your chest, that's what I want you to think about your next stroke. So the handle comes in, you do not hold the handle against your chest and pause, although that has a value when it comes to on the water rowing, because a pause at the back will let the boat glide underneath you. When it comes to indoor rowing, pausing at the back just makes the flywheels slow down, or the water in your tank maybe, that slows or stops moving, so you don't go as far or fast, and the next stroke feels heavier too. And what you want really for indoor rowing is to keep that flywheel topped up, or the water moving. So no pause at the back, handle comes in and then straight back out again at the same pace, and get those arms nice and straight. And as the hands and arms come away, I want you to reset your posture so it feels like you're almost sitting up and forwards, up onto your sit bones, and tilt forwards, so that your arms are straight, you're in a forwards tilt before you bend your knees. Because that means that as you come into the front of the stroke, your arms are straight, you're in a forwards tilt, and Nothing else is moving. You're already there. It's not like if you lazily went forwards and then rolled at the last minute into the front. So this is where consistency. Oh, what's happened? I seem to have lost my rower. I can see it's there. Come on. Maybe it's so cold the battery's dead, but the monitor on my machine's going. Everyone's leaving me. Come back. Come on. Why are you? Reconnect rower. And maybe you're going to have to just row without me. Come on. You found me? Nope. Oh, that's disappointing. Because everybody overtakes me. Right. You keep on thinking about what I was just saying technique-wise. I'll try and work out what's going on here. It's not a Bluetooth thing, it's definitely on. Come on. You daft machine. Why is it dropped? Options. It's not that. Change camera angle. No. More people passing me. Close menu. Oh well. Right, hopefully you are rowing nicely on your own somewhere. Because you're now just going to have to look at me sitting in the water. Connections. Connect rower. John's iPhone? No. RP3. Yes. I'm going to fix my microphone because I've got quite nice and warm now. Well, that's frustrating, isn't it? Settings. Close menu. Right. Am I connected? Yeah. Yes, no. Yes. Okay. Oh well. It's G. Roche. Oh yeah. Wonder if I'll see anybody that I know as I go back up through the field. Anyway, right, so arms away, rock forwards, bend knees. That means consistency each time you come into the front of the stroke. You know what, I'm going to sprint this just for the sake of it. Or am I? Not sprint, I'll take the pace up. Because this is what consistency does, is it means that all I have to do is think about pushing harder with my legs and more power goes into the machine from my feet. But because my arms are straight and I have this forwards tilt, when I push my feet, I am bracing against the handle more than I was before, which is how the power gets into the machine. And because that kind of hanging brace is more powerful, my pull to a finish is more powerful, is faster, and therefore my handle away and my recovery is quicker And after all, the handle away is what controls, or what really helps stroke rate. One more. Whew. Now I'm going to take it nice and easy. Let my body settle down a little bit. Before I get back into proper rowing again. So, usually the drive speed is round about a second. So 20 strokes a minute, I am 1 second drive, 2 seconds recover. 30 strokes a minute, I am possibly like 0.8, 0.9 of a second. So not much faster than the drive speed compared to 20 strokes a minute, but my recovery at 30 strokes a minute, that's what gets quicker. That's what goes down to 1 second. And that is controlled by the handle away. So I am 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Does that make sense? It's my recovery that gets faster. And that's the other reason why you shouldn't get into the habit of holding the handle to your chest. Because, again, 20 strokes a minute, let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That works to a point, but if I try and get up to 30 strokes a minute, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can't do it. I can't get up to 30 strokes a minute and incorporate a hold of the handle against my chest. So if you are the type that struggles with stroke rate, first thing to look at is what's happening to your handle at the back of the stroke. Keep it moving. And then the front of the stroke, just to finish this off, we lost a bit of time with my machine messing up, but so you come into the front, arms straight, forwards tilt, roll until shins are vertical, and then hold that forwards tilt and straight arms as you push the machine away from you. That's easy to see on the RP3 that I'm using today, because I'm literally pushing it away from me while I stay in the same position. That's why I love the RP3 so much. Like I say, the RP3 has its place of valor in my setup. I love it for technique work. Concept 2 I use because it's the most popular for racing. The WaterRower I use because it's just so cool. And the Avaron I use because the gamification side of it really does help pass the time. And it's a nice machine. I mean, all 4 of them are lovely to row on as well. So yeah, push the machine away, keep your arms straight and the forwards tilt as long as you can. When your legs are about halfway done, that's when you swing your back, followed by pulling your arms in to a finish, nice and smooth. So that's the technique side of things. If you're unsure about how you're getting on, send me a video. I do free technique checkups. Just email me a video of you rowing side on like this, and I'll let you know what I see. You're not added to any mailing list. You won't get bothered by me and I kind of, hey, you liked my free checkup, why don't you pay me? I don't do that. The real foundation of RowAlong is that I want to just help people get better at rowing, help them enjoy their rowing, help you get a better workout, and that comes from rowing with a good technique. Okay? Good. And that, I will put a line, finally, with 18 minutes to go. No, 12 minutes to go. 18 minutes gone. I won't talk about technique. There's two things I want to talk about though. One of them, I'll be really quick, and that is, oh, hang on, there's a sprint coming up again. I'm going to do this one again. It's only 2:50, and about a minute's worth of rowing. So here we go. So I'm at 37 strokes per minute right now. Push that power in with the legs, and then add the power with your backswing, and then your arms. Ooh. Nice. Take a few strokes. Oh, that was fun. Anyway, food. That's what I want to talk about. Because I don't know about you, but the past 2 weeks or so, I have eaten around about a month's worth of calories, and I can really see it. It's like somebody has inflated me. So this is, or last night was the last night of eating badly, and also the last night of any alcohol. And then I'm going to spend the next 4 weeks trying to see how much I can undo by the time it comes to my next High Rocks race on the 1st of February. Speed up a bit. So I am going to post how I'm getting on, so keep a lookout for it. But kind of brings me on to my second thing. And apologies if this sounds like I'm using it as an advert, kind of am, but again, you don't have to pay anything. But the one thing that I have found in the 10 years or so I've been taking part in indoor rowing, racing and teams and stuff, and training, is how hard it is to find a training partner, especially if, like me, I don't have any actual real life near me friends who train the way I do. All of my connections for rowing training are online and have been discovered over the process of 10 years or so, being in a couple of teams and kind of looking around on Facebook. But even then, I don't really have a training partner. It's people like Andrew Fielden, who I'll swap data with, or there's like the cross-team challenge, and I've got the RowAlong team for that, which is kind of close, but it's not the same as having someone that I can DM that has the same training kind of aptitude as me, and so we can push each other. So I've been thinking about this for 3 years now, and I finally set it up. It's a website called trainingamigos.com, where you will go to find your training amigo, your buddy. I've already done a soft launch of it to my RowAlong people, so they can have a look around and feedback. But I'm pretty much ready to launch it properly. So you just go on, you register an account, you use whatever details you want, real name, fake name, it's up to you. And if you put down your 2,000 meter average pace, so that's like you row a 2K as fast as you can, divide the result by 4, that's your 2K average 500 meter pace. So if I did it in 8:20, my training pace would be 2:05. And when you enter that, you can be automatically put in to a group of similar abilities, or you can just search for people and connect. It's kind of, tell you what it's like, it's a dating app. It's basically what I built is a dating app, but instead of finding someone for long walks in the park, you're finding someone to share training results, motivation, accountability, etc. And so you can connect as a group, connect as an individual, post in the general forums, or just post in your group or just to each other. And it's kind of set up like a typical social media page. Like, but not like Facebook. Big thing is, there's no advertising, there's no tracking. I'm not harvesting your data for anything. It's just a website to try and connect indoor rowers. I might eventually open it up to like golfers, tennis players, all that kind of stuff, runners. But right now, it's just rowers. So, if you like the idea of this, go to trainingamigos.com and sign up. It's not really got any link to RowAlong. I want to make this as independent as possible so that people from any team want to be part of it. Whether you're sub-7, Fitness Matters, Mad, whoever, Diamonds. Never get the Diamonds on board. That would put the username right through the roof. But yeah, so it's not about RowAlong in any way. It's its own entity. But the one last thing to say about it is that I spent all weekend adding a logbook to your profile. So for people who row and like to see their meters total, then whether you are Concept 2, WaterRower, RP3, Aviron, whatever, you can either scan in a photo of your screen or upload a screenshot from SmartRow or ErgoZone, or say you're just on a magnetic rower that doesn't really connect to anything, you can just add manual entries. And it means it's perfect if you, like me, do some rowing on a RP3, some on a Concept 2, etc., etc. I don't care if it's slightly different meters. As far as I'm concerned, if I've done 3,000 on this, 3,000 on, say, all my machines, it's 12,000 meters regardless. So that's there too, all entirely for free. Basically, I'm using the money I get from Patreon or Patreon and YouTube adverts to pay for all of this, which so far has run to about £800, and that's if you don't include my time. So, trainingamigos.com, I really recommend going to it and then using it, post, message people, connect, find your training amigo. And with that, we're coming in to a close. I don't feel it's been the most entertaining of workouts today. The hiccup in connection threw me a bit. We lost, what, 3 minutes? 2.5 minutes? Ooh. Almost there. All done. So yeah, I was only rowing for 27.5 according to Exer because of the connection issue, and that 2.5 minutes threw my concentration when it came to technique, and so lost a bit of time. And that time was obviously the little brain space I have to be a little bit more entertaining than just talk about technique. And I know I probably went on about training amigos a bit much, but I really do think if people use it, find it and use it, it's a great idea. Maybe you're at home rowing on your own and you're like, I kind of wish I could row with somebody, that I could feel I'm in the same world as somebody else. Fair enough, you can watch my stuff, but it's very much a one-way conversation. Whereas if you go on there and you find I don't know, Shop Girl 24, and she is around about the same pace as you, and you're like, you know what, I've seen her post some stuff in the group. She seems to align with the way I think. Why not connect and say, do you want to swap data? Everyone's on there pretty much for that reason, so why not? And if you get rejected, I'd be surprised, but, but it just, that's where it's different to a dating app. It's not like someone's looking at a photo of you and going, oh no, I couldn't possibly. They look Scottish. Now I can say that because I'm Scottish. Oh, which reminds me actually, I asked this question, and I'll ask you as well, the folks that are in the chat group. Hang on, I'm just going to go continue here. There you go, you can see my sprints. People in the chat. So I am going on holiday to Vegas soon, and I'm considering taking my kilt and wearing it for like one of the days, maybe 2 of the days. Should I, or am I going to get, I know it's Vegas as well, so I mean there's enough strange people dressed there, but am I risking ridicule if I go in a kilt? It's a nice black kilt, it's like a utility kilt. I actually bought it so I could try and, it's integrative hypnotherapy saying thank you very much for coming along. Yeah, I bought it so I could try and do a thing of like, can I do a high rocks in a kilt, which I've not done yet, but anyway. Right, where are we? I basically have 10 minutes to decide if I'm rowing again today. How long are we in for? We were in for half an hour, sorry, Irony Itch. I missed you as well, because that was before. My apologies. They're pretty much always half-hour rows, must be said though. Hypnosis is wonder. Stephen Gurley, we tried the 100 kilometers. Thank you, Stephen Gurley. Take the kilt, definitely. Charlie Simpson, if you want attention from me, wear it. Okay. The kilt is an absolute. There we go. I think that's, I'm not going to read any more comments about the kilt. I think that's enough positivity. I mean, come on, I was going to take it anyway. And just, yeah, especially because I'm there for the high rocks. So I'm kind of thinking if I wear the kilt when I go there. There's Andrew Fielding with his message. So this way I can actually reply to that, people see. 2K race, name the time. You need to do one. Yeah, I know. Shame for the glitch, I know. That's Andrew slapping me across the face with a glove. It's because I'd already, because Andrew and I message back and forth, and this is part of the reason why I kind of thought about the Training Amigos thing, is that because Andrew and I on Messenger kind of swap times and things, and I just thought it's a way to formalize this and kind of make a proper website for it. So, yeah, so, and basically I've been talking to him about how I've not done a 2K in anger. For a long time. But that said, the sprint series that I've just put up on YouTube, the reason behind that is to kind of get me ready for 2K stuff. So what I'm going to do is, I'm probably not going to do it until after High Rocks, because I've got some pretty strict training schedule ahead of me. Plus I'm trying to lose the kind of Christmas weight. So I might not do a 2K. I might, you never know. I'll let you know. But yeah, that's the answer to that. So, thank you so much for joining me for this one. If you were new, then it's kind of how they are every week. It's like it's a random selection of just stuff that I talk about a little bit. Got a lot of technique because it's really important that you're rowing with a decent technique. There's the odd glitch that happens with either my setup or whatever's going on. Don't know what happened there, how it just dropped out on me, but it did. Yeah, and that's it. And it's just every week. I mean, because I make these videos and try and be a little bit more professional, the ones that I make for Avrod and stuff, tends to be that by the time I get to the Sundays, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my head that I need to get out that nobody else will listen to me about. Like certainly not the family at home. They're like, "Can you stop talking about rowing, Daddy? We're kind of, can you go back to Van Halen?" Something went weird. I just blasted past everybody, and Exeter has added about 3K to the distance. Hey, don't complain. Maybe you got my 3K. Maybe that's what happened. Yeah, that's a shame. That's odd. It's maybe worth getting in touch with the devs and saying something strange happened, because I'm not too sure, because I know Maxim got in touch and said that the Mac version of Exeter was having some issues, but that was like a good month ago, and I'm sure they've fixed it by now, but if you're on a Mac, that might be it. So, there we go. We are done. Oh, Tobias. Thanks, John. Have a rest. Nice day, rest, or have a nice rest of the day, everyone. Yes, well done. Sorry, I couldn't read that. It was too far away. Yeah, I'll echo exactly what Tobias just said. Everybody have a fantastic Sunday, whether you've just got a few hours left of it, or whether you're someone like Lynn in San Francisco and you've still got the majority of the day ahead. I do hope you have a fantastic Sunday. For everybody that's going back to work tomorrow, boo. Yeah, because if you're not, then yay. And keep an eye out for the things that I am doing either on RowAlong or on Training Amigos or on here or wherever, because I'm spending a couple of months really focusing on RowAlong. So if you've got any requests, do get in touch. And remember, if you want to send a video of you rowing for me to let you know what I think about your technique and stuff, then please do. All right, so until next week then, which will be back at 9 o'clock in the morning for the Rise and Row with RowAlong, please look after yourselves, row well, be well, bye-bye. See, that was a great outro, wasn't it? That was, oh, that's one that I could put in the memory blocks. Turbo Link says cheers, John. Hey, there we go, you got it in the end. So it's just gonna have to click stop on the streaming thing now, so that's why all this happened. So I'm gonna click stop streaming, it's gonna ask for confirmation. So I will once again say thank you very much, and I'll see you next